Welcome back, trainers. So we're going to be going over some more PvP stuff here. If you're not interested too much in PvP, that's okay, because I'm going to be coming out with another video that is going to be very interesting regarding Rhyperior's stats for Rock Wrecker. Yes, they have been added into the game and we know exactly how good they're going to be. So I will be coming out with that video later today, so make sure you have notifications on. But for now, let's go ahead and take a look at the next Silph Arena Cup for the month of March, which is going to be the Toxic Cup. This is going to include Bug, Poison, Normal, Ground, and Grass. You're not going to be able to be using Tropius, Noctowl, Vigoroth, or Quagsire, or Mudboys in that case. So, very interesting, and the reason why I'm covering this, I know I used to do that like the second it was released, and I would drop a video, but I want to focus on this one because Poison-type Pokemon, I'm a big fan of. And this one is going to be very nice. And not only that, it is going to be my birth month, March. So I'm definitely going to be covering this and I'm really interested. Now, as far as the Rose Cup, my first tournament, which was, I think, on the 1st or somewhere in the beginning of the month, I actually went 4-0. We don't have too many participants here in Anchorage, but I did win without losing once. Unfortunately, I did not weigh that one, but we're going to have another remote one, so hopefully I perform well. I'm not too worried about my Silph Arena stats because at this point now, you know, people going to big tournaments, raising their ranks, and I'm over here in Alaska with hardly any people showing up. It doesn't matter how good I do, I will not be able to rise too high in the ranks, unfortunately, so I'm not going to focus on that. As far as the top Pokemon, I will have a link to Pvpoke so you can take a look, and we're going to go ahead and go through all of my Pokemon that are eligible here. I am going to be TMing this Fortress, which is going to take quite a few TMs. So we're not going to focus too much on the top meta right now. We're just going to kind of go into these battles. These are going to be best of 5. So shout out to everybody. We're going to actually be going up against a few other Pokemon Go YouTubers who focus on PvP. But for now, this is just going to be a subscriber and a follower on Twitter. And they are on my friends list, of course. So shout out to you. Thank you for the battles. So the Toxic Cup, really liking this here. Now, right off the bat, I saw what was going to be eligible. A lot of Steel and Bug type Pokemon. A lot of those things that are going to be weak to fire. And what is going to be weak to, what's going to have fire? That's going to be Hippowdon with Fire Fang, as you can see here. But I was not expecting that Earthquake, so that did a lot of damage here. Now, also keep in mind that these are the first battles that I'm ever doing for the Toxic Cup. Some of the Pokemon that I'm using do not have the correct moves that they need to have. So yeah, I just wanted to bring you guys this and just give you my first initial thoughts. Maybe you can like test out a few Pokemon that I'm trying out and, you know, give you a few ideas here. Toxicroak was definitely a big help here for sure, as you're going to see later on in these battles. So yeah, Rhyperior stats looking pretty interesting. We'll be getting more into that in a later video and focusing and having a completely dedicated video for that. Unfortunately, my Pidgeot does not have any of the legacy moves, but that is going to definitely be a candidate if you do have one of those double legacies from back in 2016. That's going to be pretty nice for you to have here. I really wanted to use Exeggutor, but it is going to be 4 times week 2 bugs, so it's not ideal. I'm sure it could find good situations, but maybe we'll test that out at a later time. So we do have the Hippowdon. Let's focus on these battles here. The Fire Fang is going to be doing a lot of damage to that Wormadam Trash Cloak, as you can see here. Now, I don't remember if I shield this up. I do. I decide to, and then make an immediate switch into the Wormadam Trash Cloak that I am currently using with Confusion. Up against the Caesar, which is going to be #1 ranked for this cup. For now, it kind of fluctuates, so we'll just see how that all turns out. We're looking pretty good. I do have actually 2 Caesars for the Great League with secondary moves, one being a shiny, one being regular. It's going to be quite expensive for that secondary move, even if you purchase it with a Scyther. But I do not have the correct move. You need Night Slash, which will possibly raise your attack, but I currently do have X-Scissor and Iron Head. So we do make a switch into the Quillfish here. Now, that's not necessarily a good switch because we're weak to Confusion, right? So yeah, that was, you know, compromising basically. So we're going to come back into the Wormadam. We're just going to go for the cheapest move to burn a shield there, and we're not going to use a shield on our end. We're going to let that go through. Not very effective because we are going to be bug in steel type, and that's why Hippowdon with Fire Fang is looking real nice at this point because of the Fortress, the Scizor, the Wormadams, and any other bug types with that Fire Fang. But you do have Pokemon that can enter in that are going to be part water type, like this Bibarel here. So we do make a switch into our Golbat, and we're up against Alolan Muck, which is also going to be an absolute fantastic pick for this cup. Alolan Muck, you need to get on that and see how it performs. But in this situation here, we're not looking too great because everything we're going to be doing is resisted, but Shadow Ball is such a nice move that we're still able to do a good amount of damage, even though it's not very effective. Hitting us with that Surf, and at this point I was like, man, this is, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull this one off. And we're able to survive barely. It goes down. We do have a Pokemon in the back, which is going to be Wormadam Trash Cloak, but we go down from the Water Guns. All right, now let's take a look at the next match here. Starting it off with Toxicroak, we have a Tentacruel. So this is good. This is good. The counters are not going to be doing much. They're resisted because it is going to be part poison, but the Mud Bombs are super effective. Now, the only thing I need to worry about is getting hit by like a Blizzard or a Hydro Pump. But she throws an Acid Spray at me, so my defense is lowered. I'm like, I just wasted a shield. But I had no idea what she had, so practice rounds, let's see. So I make a switch to absorb whatever it's going to throw at me. I'm thinking another Acid Spray. I'm like, cool, that's fine. Bringing in the Shiny Flex Scizor. As you can see, I do not have the correct moves, although, you know, this could still be an okay set, I suppose. But Night Slash, you're going to be able to hit things for neutral that would otherwise be resisting the Bug and the Steel types here. So she does bring in the Flygon, which is another good pick for sure. Just needs to look out for possibly Drapion with Ice Fang, which we're also going to be testing out. One of my favorite Pokemon, and it is ranked number 8, I do believe, for the Toxic Cup here. We're going to be able to take that and keep our shield. We're just going to go in with Drapion and do one Ice Fang here. Now we're paired up against Wormadam Trash Cloak. Our Ice Fang is not very effective, and we're just going to go for that neutral crunch dark damage, which does a big chunk, and we're looking pretty good here. I am going to go ahead and shield this up. I didn't want to get hit by a bug type charge move because it is going to be neutral and still hurt Drapion here. So we do make a shield, and it was Iron Head. We're able to get to another crunch though, and we're going to be able to take the win. Drapion with Aqua Tail and Crunch is seeming to be fantastic. Now we're up against Jay Devin. Big shout out to you. I will have a link to his channel in the description if you want to check out his PvP videos. He covers quite a bit, so I recommend it. So we're starting off with Toxicroak up against the Drapion. This is a great matchup. That's why I had my switch up in case he was ready to switch. He is sticking it out here. I'm like, okay, let's keep going then. I think I should possibly shield this up or let it go through. I thought it was going to be a Fail Stinger. He hit me with an Aqua Tail and then switches into Wormadam Trash Cloak, immediately taking out my Toxicroak without me even being able to respond. But we do have that Hippowdon with Fire Fang, and there you go. Do you see why it is so good and why I'm sticking to it? Now, right here, I should have went for Body Slam instead of expending all that energy. I could have went for 2 Body Slams, and it would have done a good amount of damage. So a little bit of an error on my end here, but yet again, still practice. He hits me with Fail Stinger, wasted shield there, so not looking good. We're going to go ahead and just go for Crunch. Neutral damage. If he lets it go through, look at that. Looking great. Making a switch into Drapion here, and now we're going to go for Aqua Tail because this is going to be neutral. Going for Crunch is going to be resisted by that other Drapion. We're able to take it down. In comes Quillfish, and we are able to finish it. So first initial thoughts here, Hippowdon with Fire Fang, fantastic. But then you have the Quillfish. So also Wormadam Trash Cloak with Confusion is also looking very nice right now. So those are my initial thoughts. Those 2 Pokemon are looking great, as well as Toxicroak, Alolan Muck. There's going to be a ton of Pokemon that are going to be good here, especially if you do pair them up correctly with your other team. So we're faced off against the Pidgeot here, and I was like, okay, let's go for a Fail Stinger. He'll probably shield this up trying to survive. He does. We get a shield, but he's still able to take us out. It looked like he was trying to get off a charge move before he was getting fainted out, so kind of a bit of wasted energy there, but I see where he's coming from for using that. We go into our Escavalier. Now, we're not looking great. We're part steel as well as bug, so we're not taking super effective damage from the counter, but it is still hurting us quite a bit. I get it out of there because I want to preserve it just a little bit longer, hopefully able to get off an Aqua Tail. I do decide to shield this up to keep the Drapion a bit healthy. He is deciding to stay in this fight here. Gonna go ahead and go for that Aqua Tail onto the Toxicroak and take it out. There's no more shields on his end. In comes Quillfish, and it is basically a game over, unfortunately, at this point. Yes, Crunch would have hurt, but it wouldn't have been enough, but we're not able to get to it. Escavalier is very low. Doing Aerial Ace is going to hurt the Quillfish, but it's still not going to be enough, and he is able to take me out there. Moving it into the next battle, let's see what we have going on. Starting off with Wormadam, and he's going in there with the Escavalier. Not a good situation for me. He will be able to win that one. So we do make a switch into Golbat, which is going to be another good pick for you for sure. You're just going to have to look out. Don't pick too many things that are going to be weak to confusion. Next thing you know, a Wormadam Trash Cloak is going to be able to run over your team. But going up against a Bibarel, we're not going to be able to go for Shadow Ball. We can, but it's going to be resisted, so it's better for us to just go for Poison Fangs at this point. And they're taking us down. And what are we going to go? It's going to be probably better to go with the Toxicroak. Build a bit of energy on that super effective. Quick move damage, and then they're going to be entering in with the Pidgeot, and we're just going to retreat into the Wormadam. So we're going to be matched up again with the Escavalier. So let's just put on as much damage as we can. So even though it is resisting the steel type, it is doing a lot of damage because it is a bit squishy. As far as the Wormadam Trash Cloak, the thing could take a hit for sure. In comes Pidgeot, and we're able to get off this Iron Head. He is going to be shielding it up, so that is going to be his first shield used. So we're not looking too great. We have a Toxicroak in the back here. What are we going to do here? So we do have energy. At least our quick move is going to be doing neutral damage to that Pidgeot, being part normal type. So we're able to burn the last shield. And yes, Mud Bomb's not very effective, but it is still going to be doing the damage that I need it to do. We're able to get to it. So close. I'm sure he was ready with the charge move as well. And we're able to almost, and then finish it off with a quick move. Wow, that was a close one there. Into the next battle, starting it off with Golbat against a very unique pick, which is going to be Staraptor. Extra bonus points for that because that's one of my favorite Pokemon. I actually tried using it in rank 10s and actually won a couple battles. We're going to get off a charge move and retreat. I realized that there's probably going to be a close combat coming my way, in which, yes, it was doing a good amount of damage, also lowering the defense and then going down itself. In comes Steelix, and I was like, ooh, yeah, this isn't good, but I don't want to lose switch advantage, I think, so I stay in here to do as much damage as possible because Bug Buzz is resisted, but we're going to be able to chip away if he decides to try to accumulate a lot of energy on us. So we're just going to go in here with Toxicroak, and we're looking great. Making an immediate switch into Flygon here. So we're just going to go straight Shadow Ball. I do believe I bait. I build up to Shadow Ball, and then I bait with the Poison Fang. And we get the shield. Great. Great. Now, at this point, we're just going to go for Shadow Balls, right? We have a shield left. We're going to be able to survive, but I do decide to keep the Golbat a little bit healthy, but he does have another charge move back to back, ready to go. Let's go. And I build up to the Shadow Ball a little bit beyond, so I'm able to get there one more time, or at least hit it with a Poison Fang. At this point, I felt like this was the safest option before he hit me with a charge move because I am out of shields. And we're able to finish it off with quick moves. In comes Steelix, and we're going to make an immediate switch into Toxicroak. He's going to hit us with an Earthquake, but check this out, folks. This is insane. I didn't know he had so much energy. We're able to get to Shadow Ball with 1 HP. How close was that? GG's, Jay Devin. Much appreciated, my man. Moving on to Best in West. Yet again, another Pokemon Go YouTuber who does focus on PvP content. So let's go ahead and see what he has here. Bringing in a Chansey. I was like, holy cow. Okay, let's see what we can do here. So obviously we're not going to be able to go for Shadow Ball. We're just going to have to Poison Fang this thing down here. And I think I make a switch after this. Yeah, into Hippowdon. I was like, I don't know what it's going to hit me with. I know it can learn Psychic, so let's get out of there and bring in the Hippowdon, and whatever he switches into, we'll just call it a day. So we do have a good amount of energy here. Yet again, making a mistake in going for the Earth Power, which I should have went for Body Slam because I could have gone off 2 of those. So you live and you learn, right? So we have a Quillfish out there. What are we going to do? So we're just going to go ahead and enter with the Golbat here. So Ice Beam. This guy was hitting me with moves that I didn't think that he would have. I looked up on Pvpoke what the ideal movesets were, and I didn't think he would have that. Maybe Fell Sting and Aqua Tail, and he was going to try to bait me with Fell Sting, but no, Ice Beam to the face. And then he's bringing in the Golbat here, and before I knew it, I was like, well, wait. I didn't even use my shields. What's going on here? So let's start it again. So we have a great lead. We're going to be going into Qwilfish when he makes that switch into Hippowdon. Very nice with that Fire Fang. Let's go. And we're going to go ahead and go for the Fill Sting to raise our attack on that water gun. And it's doing a good amount of damage at this point. Now I could shield this up, but I do decide to let it go. And we're just going to come back in with, I do believe it's going to be Wormadam. And yeah, he spanks me again. Right? I was being too stingy with the shields. I just didn't know what to expect. He's not running what was recommended, so it kind of threw me off. So we're entering with the Vespiquen. I just wanted to try a new thing here. And I was like, maybe he's going to bait me. No, he goes for Ice Beam again. And basically one-shots me. And then comes the Golbat. And I lost again with 2 shields. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm recording these for the channel. What am I doing? Pick it up, boy. All right, so let's start off with Qwilfish. We were met with a Toxicroak, not a good situation. I was able to get like 1 or 2 confusions on there, but unfortunately he's going to be able to switch immediately. He's going into a Chansey here, which is very interesting. The thing is tanky. Let's see how well it's going to be able to hold up against this. So yeah, it takes the Iron Head fairly well. I do believe I go for Bug Buzz just to see the comparison and the damage here. I felt pretty comfortable. We are a Steel type resisting the Psychic as well as that Quick Move Pound, which is going to be normal because Steel just has so many resistances. It's quite amazing, but at the same time, we do need to look out for Fire, especially that Hippowdon with Fire Fang. But he's locked in here, so we're just going to just do what we can do. I make a switch into Qwilfish to gain a little bit more energy, and we're loaded, so we're looking good. Let's see what he's going to come in with. It's going to be that Toxicroak. Let's go ahead and try to bait the shield here. If we don't get a shield, that's okay. We're still going to be doing more damage with our quick move. But of course, the match that I start getting a good leg up, we start lagging. And of course, this is my friend. He's not trying to like play any shifty games. It's just the network lately for the battles has just been whack. So we kind of just said, all right, you won this one, because at this point it was just frozen. So it's 2-1 at this point. Let's see what we have here. Starting it off with the Wormadam Trash Cloak. He's going in with the B-Barrel. And I don't like that matchup too much. So we switch into our Qwilfish so we can gain energy. And he took a while, so I was like, I think he's going to be going for Hyper Fang. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and shield this up, I do believe, and we make the correct call. Thank goodness. So we're able to get to another Fell Sting. Now, something you may want to do is as soon as you get to the Fell Sting, maybe use it. Not every single time, but if you have all that energy and you're able to get to it, you're going to be able to use that, raise your attack, and then do more damage in the long run as opposed to hoarding that energy, and then you could have possibly had a better outcome. All right, practice rounds yet again. So we have a Qwilfish matched up with our Wormadam Trash Cloak. Great situation, resisting that, neutral from the water. So we're looking great. He does make a switch into Hippowdon. We're going to go ahead and go with the Bug Buzz. He does shield it up. So he does have quite a bit of energy loaded on that. At this point, going in with the Qwilfish will probably be within my best interest here. I think I shield this, yeah. And then we're going to go for the Aqua Tail. Or not. We're going for the Fell Stinger because he probably wants to keep that alive. Good call on my end. Doing a little bit more water damage. I was trying to switch into Golbat, but it's unfortunately was not able to do so. And we're going to be able to finish it off with quick moves, and then down goes the Qwilfish with the quick moves with the Golbat. All right, this is the final match, folks. What's it going to be? Who's going to take this? It's 2-2. We have a great lead, and I had a smile on my face. I was like, let's go. These are practice rounds, but let's go. All right. He makes the switch into Hippowdon. We switch into Drapion with Ice Fang. Super effective to that ground type. And then we have Aqua Tail. We're looking real nice at this point. So I was like, okay, but don't get ahead of yourself. This guy knows what he's doing, and he's pulled 2 wins already. So let's keep it focused here. So we're going to go ahead and go for Aqua Tail. It's going to be super effective. He shields it up. And at this point, we had nothing else to do. Of course, we're going to go in here with Toxicroak, and we're going to get ready for a switch. I do believe I messed up. I might have been in another battle where I make a double switch. So he brings in we bring in the Toxicroak. He's staying in the fight. I was like, okay. He wanted to gain a bunch of energy, I think. So we make a switch into our Wormadam Trash Cloak here with this Golbat, and this is a great situation. Take a look, Shadow Ball. It does good damage to me, but it was not able to do enough. because the Confusions are just doing a ton of damage to that Poison type. And we're able to get to a Bug Buzz here. We just want to do as much chip damage as possible, but at this point, that Steelix is gaining energy, but we still do have a shield on our end, so yeah, this is basically GG. So thank you everybody for the battles. Hope you did enjoy this. Stay tuned for more videos regarding future Community Day Pokemon. Make sure you have notifications on and subscribe, and I'll be catching you all next time.